Speaking of tough times, the crisis in Ukraine has brought out a fresh round of critics of President Barack Obama's foreign policy, as you might imagine. Now, some critics say, if you look closely over a period of years, a pattern is emerging. The current president tries to assert his authority with empty threats. The latest case, the president's public warning to Russia to stay out of Ukraine, followed by an invasion just days later. And this just days after Vladimir Putin hosted the world at the Winter Olympics.
I know.
Right? And after the Pentagon announces plans for a major troop reduction. So, can the president stand up to Russian aggression in Ukraine? Is our State Department prudent or a pushover? Midge?
I think they're just talking about that now at the UN.
UN was watching it on CNN.
Yeah, right. Samantha Powers is now talking about it, yeah. I don't know what we're doing, but yeah, I think we are kind of viewed as kind of a pushover government.
I don't know whose line it was, and I wish I could remember, but it was Putin's playing hardball, Mr. Obama's playing marbles.
Oh, I saw that, yes.
That was a congressman? I think it was a congressman or a senator,
yeah.
Anyway. But that's kind of it. I mean, we are seen right now internationally as pretty weak.
I was just wondering if Putin had this all planned, because Sochi is not that far, Sochi, where the Olympics were, is not that far from the Crimea. They're on the Black Sea. They're both on the Black Sea. And all he had to do was move those troops over a little bit, and because he had tons of troops at Sochi. Yeah. But I was also wondering about, okay, how about, you know, in the realm of the enemy of my enemy is my friend, or how, yeah. So, like, how about Georgia and Dagestan and Chechnya? They're right there too. Wouldn't they help the Ukraine because they hate Russia?
And how about China saying we agree with Russia? America, stay out.
Yeah. I mean, it has all the makings of a huge conflagration, doesn't it?
It does.
It's concerning on a lot of levels.
Oh, yeah.
However, I will say this. The world has changed. The dynamics of international politics and policing has changed dramatically. And we've talked on this program often as to whether or not we really want to be the policeman of the world and rush in every time there's a crisis to make things right. It hasn't worked too well in the last couple of wars.
No. And Ukraine, we got to remember, is not aligned with Europe and is not even in NATO, so they can't expect NATO to come in and help them. And I guess we're trying to figure out, you know, exactly what to do. What to do? Economic sanctions, that would hurt. I think
it would send a statement. I'm not sure how much it would hurt, but you know, this is the times have changed, and
they sure have.
And we hopefully have learned from the last two international incidents in which we've been involved. One, a 10-year war. You know, might doesn't always make right. We certainly aren't necessarily in a position we were 20, 40 years ago. So we'll see. But as you mentioned, Susan Powers at the
Samantha Powers,
Samantha Powers, sorry, at the UN is having talks and making our statement clear.
Who
hopefully
knows?
before the UN.